after I'd grown older.
No, you have to go back. You know,
You're always on point
they
now.
say
Tomi.
nothing is new under the sun.
Yes.
We keep going round and round, but we make
Oh
it better.
yeah.
Okay, so okay, I know what to do. I'll look for wire. But let's talk this morning.
Yes, I'm so, you know, I'm always excited. I look forward to always being here. So last week we looked at habits
that can boost
life
expectancy.
Life expectancy. And you know, our words are usually for women. So today, we want to look at women and unhealthy lifestyle habits, because these are things that cut down our lives
by 13 years.
Yeah, without
Auntie Wemi
us.
says by 13 years.
Yes, I said so. There is no statistics or any research to prove that, you know. But I want to narrow it down to social and hygiene habits.
Okay.
Social and hygiene habits. And the first thing that I have with me here is eating habit. Okay? Your eating habit. When I said eating habit, somebody might think maybe what you have in your plate, what you don't have. No. How do you munch your food? As women, yes. Because as women, we have a lot of things on our table. We have plenty of things we want to do. At the same time, you want to eat. So you're eating, you're working, you're on the system, you're with your phone. Okay? These are very, very unhealthy habits. Because the phone, the laptop, the screen has its own radiation. And you are taking in something, you know, so you need to calm down. You need to focus on yourself. That's one of the things I like to tell us. When it's time to eat, it's me time. Okay, it's my table, it's my tray, it's my meal. Nobody is chasing after me. All right. And women, we should not always wait to be hungry before we eat. At that time, you are eating for stress.
Okay.
Because you are just going to want to fill in anything and everything, and junks will not be far from you.
But some people are waiting, you know, to kind of reduce or trying to watch their weight. So
now
I have
you see, when
wait.
it comes to watching your weight, people don't understand that the way I'm going to watch mine is different from the way you watch yours. Understand your size. Understand
what works.
You know what works
body.
for you. The fact that you're watching your weight doesn't mean you should not eat. In fact, the more weight you want to watch, the more food you should eat, but you eat right. Don't deprive your system. Don't deprive your body
system of the nourishment it
later
requires.
The body will want more. Then you will have to eat more. You eat excessively. You eat, in between meals.
Well, you know, some people says I can always use dietary supplements,
And that's another one that I actually don't like at all.
Dietary supplements.
Because some people say that a lot, and
Why would you want to use Ogunyibo to replace what God created? I don't understand it.
No, that's their own.
I'm not
thing.
a dietitian. I only know what works for me. I've never been on dietary supplements. I've seen people who were on it, but the question is, why are you taking it? How will you be able to sustain it? Do you even know the side effect? Because every drug, every pill you swallow has its own side effect. So
even
it has a long-term side effect and it has a short-term. So are you aware of what you're consuming? Simple. So the next thing, I've talked about our eating habits as women. Next thing is biting our nails. We are not aware that it's actually a negative social habit. It's unhealthy.
You keep putting your hand in your mouth.
You bite your
nails. So
nails.
that kills us 13 years.
By my...
you know why I think that even works for a lot of people? You know why? Do you know that I learned a long time ago that the bacteria and the debris underneath the nails can make you sick?
Yes. It gives us, because I'm identifying with us, it gives us stomach problems. Yes, they call it gastration or something. I don't know what name it's called anymore. But it gives us stomach issues.
So imagine that you have an infection or a stomach condition that you don't know where the issues came from. For example, when you go to the bathroom, when you go to the convenience to do the big one, and you use your hand, do you wear glove to wash?
Do you even wash afterwards?
That's true.
And
For
then when you're
those
done,
of us who keep nails or maybe natural,
and then you wash your fingers.
Are you sure?
You wash. Do you bother to wash and put your fingernails under the water to make sure that the dirt goes? And then when you're done, do you look at your fingernails carefully to find a way of cleaning it out? But then you go to the restaurant after, and the next thing you do, you look for correct amala and ewedu. And you see when your soup with now enters Dori Memito, when your soup now enters the nail, you start sucking it.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, so we need to be conscious of these things. Then he said, I'm here to shake tables. Having more than one sexual partner. Women. Okay,
like
because yes, more than one sexual partner. Now I decided to use the word sexual partner because most women, women are known to be lovers. Okay, but the question is, are you loving this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, you are exposing yourself unduly. Is it talk about soul tie? And I don't want to go into all those zones of sex and all of that, but the truth is, when you have more than one, you are cutting down your lifespan. Forget it. Is it disease? Is it infection? Is it whatever? So it is not healthy. All right. And how about kissing children, kissing kids? Women are known, with that. We kiss, you put your mouth in the mouth of another child. Now, one thing we need to understand is there's something that is common in town now is mouth herpes. Okay. All right, it's an infection.
Yes.
Okay, of the mouth.
Yes.
But usually people think until I see the blister. No, mouth herpes could be inside the gum.
Yes.
On the gum, on the tongue. And nobody would tell you I get something from mouth.
Yeah.
All right. And mouth herpes takes 21 days. It stays in the system. It's a virus. It stays in the system depending on how your antibodies, how healthy they are.
They are.
If they are not healthy, you are going to come down with some other infection, throat infection, and all of. And then you put that same mouth in the mouth of a child in the name of mommy and child. It is wrong. All right, it's not healthy for the woman and for the child as well. Okay, and how about bad telephone habits in the public as women? All right, your phone is your phone. All right, for me as a person, I have a social principle. If I go somewhere, I don't answer my calls everywhere. You are in the bus, you must talk. All right, you must chat. All right, it is your phone, it's your call. You can always attend to it. Or you are talking and you are too loud into people's ears, or maybe you're watching something on your WhatsApp and then you are playing it so loudly everybody is,
even if you are in a public place and you want to play something.
But I think I want to go against the fact that you said it's your phone, it's your call. You don't. It's not advisable that you miss calls. How about that?
I'll say that, for example, if you drive and you don't have a hands-free, you don't have a Bluetooth, and you need to move, we already know it is not safe.
So you use your phone while driving.
2, you may be around me, I want to receive a call. It's my call. I can always respond to calls. That's what people don't know. Except if you know that this call is an emergency and I'm around you, I'll need to tell you, excuse me, I need to pick this call. All right.
So you don't take calls in public.
Yeah, and then we are in a conversation and then you are answering calls. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for us, as it's not
I don't understand this. Me, I'm not this kind of person. No.
It means you show etiquette. It's part of etiquette.
No. You know, I want to look
social
at social and health.
Some things are easier said, but they are not applicable.
I know people who do it though.
I do it.
I know one auntie who does it. Auntie Lola, she does the Lola show. Yeah. Auntie Lola will not pick a phone when she's talking to you. No. As a matter of fact, she will take permission if she feels that person is very important.
Yes.
Then she'll say, "May I pick this call, please?" She's very English. That kind of a thing.
Is it an English behavior?
No, I don't think it's an English thing.
It's personal respect that I respect myself. I respect you. All right. I can't be around you. We're talking, and
And I'm always on phone.
Except it's very, very important. Then, or I could quickly chat. While I'm chatting, I'm going to tell you,
I think I support that.
Excuse me, let me quickly do this. All right, yeah. So, how about seeking validation from people? Women, we do it a lot. Okay, you make up and then you ask yourself, you ask people, how do I look? Excuse me, I am looking good for me.
Yes.
Yeah, before I could put this on, I have validated me. I'm feeling cool in me.
So if you're not feeling cool, you have a problem.
And that is why I say,
if you tell me, oh, you look good, it's an added validation. I'm not waiting for it from you. So women, we should be the one to first embrace yourself, love yourself, like yourself. That's why selfie is for us. Because when you selfish yourself, you're like, yeah, this is me. Then when I'm out there, whatever you add to it is cooling me, you know. So let's not wait for people to validate us.
Validate yourself.
Validate or love yourself. Give yourself the kudos, you know. And I know women, we know how to do that. How about bleaching the skin?
No, hold on. Just before we break the table, because Wemi is ready to break the table, but that's one she's just going to. Everybody's white now in Lagos. I don't understand. It's just both of us that have decided to stay.
Yes, and we don't want to.
Anyway, it's not a calling show. You get to send your text message or WhatsApp message to the number on the screen. Kindly do not call the number. Just send a text message, WhatsApp message as quickly as possible. Let's attend to it. You have questions, you have issues, you have concerns, or you have comments, just send it to the number right there on the screen. Wemimo wants to break the table with bleaching. It is not called bleaching again. It is called whitenizing the skin.
See, whatever name, you have changed one color to
everybody has become white in Lagos.
But I'll say that there is a difference between bleaching and toning.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you, when we're growing up, we had a TV that when the thing is not clear like this, there's something you press. They say tone up, tone down, for it to become clearer. It is the same, you know, picture output, but you are making it better.
Sharper.
It is different from I am this, I was this, and this is what I want to become.
Before and
now,
after.
the reason it is not healthy for us as women is our skin is actually the largest organ. You're damaging it. You're damaging it. It will become flabby. You know, I don't want to go into all the technicalities and all. You become flabby with time.
Weak
with time. So if you have any emergency and they need to work on your skin, you have cut down your life first and foremost by whatever. Because teaching, you know, will need a firm skin. You will say, God forbid. No problem. But how about when you need to change environment, when things bite you, all right? Because you are peeling off, you've peeled off the layers. That's just the way
and
it
there
goes.
are 3 layers of skin apparently.
And you've removed it. You have brought out the main one inside that is supposed to serve you maybe 30 years after. You have brought it in 30 years before. Tell me, will you stay long? Is a question. So we need to just...
You have shortened your lifespan by 30 years. Right?
We need to just, you know, but taking care of ourselves. I'm not against, you know, brush it up, you know, clean it up, all right? You know,
in fact, I think there's something they even call skin polishing.
Yes, polish it, clean it up, make it look better, but don't switch because you will not really love what you're doing to yourself. Then I say, how about smoking? Somebody might say, but I don't.
It's a social vice.
But what if you stay around someone who smokes? Then you are actually a second-hand smoker. And whatever happens to that person is likely to happen to you. It's just a matter of time. So women, you know, social and our health, you know, there are things we need to pay attention to be able to, you know, prolong our lives. And I would like to add that how about the angle of hanging out with people who are not going where you are going because you want to belong. It's a social negative habit. Because you want to belong, because you like the person, or because you want, you know, there is this association.
You don't want to lose contact.
You know, let's say becoming famous by association, being rich by association. Okay, there must be a reason you're in somebody's life. Somebody who is going to come into your life must be going where you're going. Or you want to attach yourself to someone because the person looks like where you are going. Now, as a person, okay, I'm friendly, but I'm not friends with everybody. No, I can't, because there is a place where I get to, I just discover that my values are not your values. You know, I'm a different thinker. The way I think is very different. At times I'm always afraid to let out my thoughts because it's different from the norm. So, but when I'm comfortable with you, I'll let you into my thoughts. So not everyone, okay, should be in your circle, and you should not be in everybody's circle.
We've been talking about women and unhealthy lifestyle habits. I want to add a little bit to that just before we begin to round off at the bumper breakfast. I did say that those who have questions should send them. I keep getting messages like I have lots of questions. I don't know how to word it. And please just find a way to word it and send it across to me. Wemimo was talking earlier about this skin thing.
Yeah.
And we talked about you can polish it up.
Yeah, you can.
You know, I also found out that a lot of women, apart from watching what we eat, we also consume the wrong things.
Yeah.
They say, I just say it's not about the alcohol that you drink. If you, they say you have people who have lived up to their 90s and who drink a lot of alcohol, but you don't compare yourself to them because you don't live their lifestyle. They consume the alcohol, but they drink a lot of water. They consume the alcohol, but they live a very healthy lifestyle. And then they consume the alcohol. What is the quantity that they even consume? You get the idea?
Yes.
So I found out that we do a lot of consumption. Women, we have these things we meet on the road, and I keep hearing that they say, Timope, this is the thing that people are chewing now to reduce their tummy. This is the thing that people are chewing now to make their skin glow. There's one they even brought. They said if you swallow one tablet, your hair will grow out well. Then they say if you swallow a tablet, your skin will start glowing. If you swallow a tablet, your sexual drive will increase.
Now let me say
and
something.
even insects now.
You see?
Insects?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see,
Swallowing insects?
No. You let it sting you.
Why?
Yes. Then you have a very beautiful skin.
What kind of insect again?
I don't know.
Now,
but I've seen the video.
One thing, all of this is still boils down to loss of identity. You're seeking validation outside you because you do not know your worth. Okay, you've not discovered yourself. So they say it is insects today, you go for it. It is one kind of fruit today, you go for it. And now let me tell you something. There is no time I walked into a mall or a supermarket. It's very rare for me not to find a woman walk up to me and ask me, what kind of body cream do you use? Even the attendants will ask questions. Me, and usually I have to think, really, what do I use? I don't use anything. That's what people don't know. That's the truth. I have identified my skin texture, my skin composition, and I know what not to do to it. When you number one, discover you. Discovery is not just about my purpose, my career, and your person.
Even your person, the entirety of you.
Okay, your person. At times I had to show them my picture. I said, this is my mother. She's naturally fair. These are my siblings. We are 6, 3 are fair.
Three adults.
I had to explain. They're like, no, there's something you're doing, you're not telling us. Because I'm not doing anything. Okay, it's just my normal. I don't have a routine. As I'm seated, I don't have any soap I use, but people don't believe. So what I'm trying to say is, you get to a point where you have to embrace yourself, love yourself first, eat right. I know what I ingest, okay, that I know it's not for my system, and you could be able to contain it. No
and
problem.
It doesn't affect you.
So you should stop seeking validation from people.
Don't.
That is why I always say, my name is Mariam, and you can call me Flexible Marie. The only curvaceous lady that needs no validation from nobody. That is what I call myself.
And you're saying what's in vogue. Yes. What's in vogue. Women, we don't need what's in vogue. You need what works for you. As I'm seated, I have stuff that I have for like 5 years, 10 years. If I wear them, you think I'm just getting them. No, it's not about what's in vogue. It's about what works
for me.
Yeah.
What makes you feel good about yourself? You know, earlier today, I was dressed just as we round off. I was dressed in a dress and a white jacket.
Okay.
Actually, earlier today, I was completely dressed about 7:35 or thereabouts. And then I went to mirror. I don't have a mirror in my room, so. And then I went to the mirror in the second room. And then I looked at the mirror and I looked at myself and said, "Is this how you really want to look today?" And you know, my sisters were like, "Ah, it looks nice. Sis, are you wearing flats? Are you wearing girl? You wear heels? You wear." And so I came back to the room and I'm like, I think I'm going to wear jeans, child. And then I picked up something else. And then I removed it. And then I removed it and I felt, and I wore the jacket back and I went back to the room and I said, "No, I don't like this thingy since I've removed." So I went back and I said, "I wore this on Monday morning. I wanted to wear it. It just didn't feel right on me though." So I removed it and I wore a blue blouse, a completely different thing. So today it felt like it was time to wear it. And I did. What works for you? When it comes to even food, it is about what works for you. You want to eat veg. Everybody loves to eat vegetable.
But
I eat vegetable and beans. Can you believe? I eat vegetable.
Somebody like me.
I've done it before.
I can't even eat it.
Where is aware?
I can't share plates with you in that area, but
I
when
do.
we are talking about swallowing, picking, I will do.
Some even eat,
I eat
boiled
vegetable.
egg and beans.
Oh,
But when
that's
you
even too
try
protein.
it,
I take vegetable and beans. They say both of them are laxatives, and I say it doesn't purge me.
Exactly.
I eat vegetable and beans. I tried it one day, it worked for me, and I started eating it. But it cannot work for other people.
Exactly.
Do you know that rice purges me? It's my best meal, but it purges me. So I know not to eat rice. I've only had rice once this week. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
I don't eat egusi soup, not because I don't love it. I love cooking it, I love eating it, but it purges me all the time.
Simple.
Whether I cook it, fry it, drink it, whatever, whatever, outside, inside, I purge. So I know what works for me. So if you know what works for you as a woman,
Yes.
you live the best